Hello everybody and welcome back to our Strat Clut campaign, and in this episode we are going to open with a bit of politics because we've got a bunch of disloyal generals, in particular my sons. This is King Denewall, 40 years old, and he's got 3 ingrates for sons. I'm not sure if this one's going to turn out to be any better. But we have a problem here. The heir has only a single loyalty. Tutor has 2. But Gurgi over here has 0, so there's not going to be any helping this guy, unfortunately. I think what we have to do here is an attempt at assassination. So at 0 loyalty, it says the character will defect, thereby instigating a civil war. We do have some armies in the area to potentially deal with that. We've got our king's army right here, as a matter of fact, right up in Alt Clut, so he could... If the Civil War breaks out anywhere around here, he could get to it. And we've got another 20 stack down around Berenice. And so this guy, Nathan, could deal with an outbreak around here. But I'd rather not risk losing all this food again, or just, you know, Civil War can be devastating fairly quickly. So we're going to, unfortunately, kill, or attempt to kill, this son of ours. Okay, so he's a tough target. He's heard mention of an attempt on his life and has doubled his guard as a precaution. The killing can still be carried out, but more effort may be required. So basically, we're either going to pay more in terms of cash or pay more in terms of influence. And since I just got to 10 influence, I think I'd rather go with the money. These things are often just a matter of more coin, after all. Let's see if this works. Okay, it did. So we lost 1 heir, but we've got kind of too many as it is. Let's see, this other one is, died actually. Died in childhood, age of 6. All right, so we won't have to worry about him or her causing any problems. I'm not sure if Kinhill is a male name or a female name. But anyway, we've got 2 other heirs, and these guys maybe we'll try again for a marriage to see if we can shore up that loyalty. This is a good option for a wife, or for a governor, but he's a commander, and so we're going to turn her down. This guy, let's try this out as well for our other son, Tutor, and again, this is a good governance trait. +1 zeal is kind of bad either way, so let's go with it. Maybe that'll get him a good trait a little bit later. We also have another. Right, we've got a couple governors here who have low loyalty, but theirs is 2. So I think if we can hold out for a little while and work up some more money, we can work on their loyalty a bit later. So far in this campaign, I don't think I have attempted to directly secure the loyalty of any of my governors or generals, so this may be the time to do that, but it costs money and it can backfire, so not always a slam dunk option.
My efforts are rewarded.
Uh-oh. Under torture, the assassin cracked and revealed that you were behind the killing. People are righteously angry and demand action. So we could just pay them off, or we could ignore them. Oh, we can't do this. Natural justice. You have killed off one of your own, and the people know of it. Sometimes bad publicity isn't better than none at all, and we would lose 3 loyalty if we go with this. So we're going to have to pay them off. I can't deal with -3 loyalty on all characters. So, okay, more than you bargained for. This is also not good. All the showy grandstanding you have undertaken is making your neighbors, friends, and rivals alike justifiably nervous. Expect there to be consequences when it comes time to talk of treaties. This is a major diplomatic penalty towards all other factions. And so this comes up when you're engaging with politics sometimes, I think, at any rate. So at least we're not at war, and we're not trying to make any ceasefires right now. We got that taken care of. But the diplomatic penalty means that these factions could suddenly turn more aggressive. So we're going to have to keep our armies close to where we want them. All right, we've got, good, war between Divlin and the Danelaw. That is great news. Let's take a look at that. Of course, the Danelaw's capital is down here at York. But Dyvlin has a pretty strong presence in Ireland. If we look at the strategic overlay here, yeah, they've got all of this territory, and I think this is their ally as well, Vaesiafjordr. So between the two of them, they've got all of southern Ireland. And, oh my gosh, just a ton of armies here just parked and waiting. And, right, Vaesiafjordr is actually making good progress against the Danelaw in southern Wales. And Gluisic, which is a Welsh faction, right down here, is besieging the Danelaw there. So I'm guessing these armies of Dyvlins are going to sail across the Irish Sea and probably grab some territory here in Gwynedd. Okay, very, very interesting. So, there could be an opportunity here. We'll have to keep an eye on things, because if Danelaw looks like they're about to implode, I might want to grab these two provinces. Just because I could use the money and I could use the food, and these two settlements are part of this larger province of Cumberland, so might be something worth doing. Now we've only got one loyalty here among Kinuit. Well, that worked out great. Our sons have come on board, except for this guy, but he's at 2. He's up at 3. Oh, excellent. So sometimes killing your third born, well, maybe I don't want to finish that sentence, but it worked out in this case. Let's see, do we want to seek a wife? We're getting a bit low on cash, but okay, +1 influence. Yes, you know what? I'll take it, because he's going to be king someday, and he's got an influence of 1. So may as well give him that. And Denewall, our king, has a skill available. All right, so he's actually at 8 influence. Why did that happen? Not sure. He lost 2 for some reason. Well, I think we need to work up his fighting ability, because he's now leading a 20 stack. So we'll keep going up this tree, up the champion line. And let's just check on our neighbors' diplomacy. See how much they hate us now. Yeah, it's improving. Hostile, but improving. But it's pretty bad. -127. It's going to be -118. And then Sudriar, the other faction I'm worried about, is better. 82 going up to 70. Orkneyar, we're getting there with them. If this keeps improving, we could maybe eventually get a declaration of friendship or something. And I've been waiting to see Kirkin. But they have taken back some territory in the north, because the thing that I've been considering doing is taking out that lone Kirkin settlement down here, Maelross. I could take it. I could get these guys out of a fortification stance, which they're in right now only because this is a snowy area in the winter and they'll take attrition. So just keep them in that fortification stance, since I want them around here anyway. I could grab this like in a single turn. Actually, not quite. Let's move him a little bit over here.
Advance, warriors!
And we'll fortify again. We could take this and we could get some food out of it and some income. So this is something I want to grab. But I want to make sure that Kirkin's really going to be gone, because I don't want them to come out of the north and hit me up here where I don't have any forces. Alright, so let's see. Cumberland, we could get another governor. But we're really getting low on governors, so I'm not sure why. Maybe we just don't have enough statesmen or something. But I'm not going to put a born commander in charge of a settlement. So why can't we take our statesman here? Why can't he do it? Oh, is it because he's in line of the throne? I guess we can't. We could make him a general, but we can't make him a governor. Well. All right. Okay, here they come.
I go from strength to strength.
All right, Denowall is an apprentice potter because he's in a pottery settlement right now, so that's giving him some unit morale, which is kind of interesting. Here it is, a landholder and a peacekeeper, so a couple of loyalty for him, which is always great. All right, and we've got an Ulaid trespasser right here. I'm not too worried about it. But we got armored defenders all set, so that's going to give us some upgrades. Let's see how that's going to look. Alright, so our Welsh swordsman, which is the base swordsman we've had since the beginning of the game, would go up to Welsh armored swordsman. So that's going to be a significant armor increase, as you'd imagine. A little bit better morale, a bit better melee skill and charge. So worth doing. Not much increase in terms of cost either. The Welsh armored axeman will become Welsh mailed axeman with 10 better armor. Bit better morale, worse speed, better melee skill, and charge. So again, I think that's well worth doing. Let's get our other army and we'll do the same.
We will serve you well.
And we've got another one right here that may have some. No, actually none for him. This is the, this is the heir that we just raised to kind of be around here in case we wanted to do anything. So let's see. He actually has a skill. And although I'm tempted to go with priest just to secure his loyalty, that's not going to matter once he becomes king. You know, the faction allegiance is nice, but I'm not thinking it's... Although, I mean, if he's a governor, hurting the enemy campaign movement ranges is going to be a nice way to catch... Or if he's going to be a general, that debuff to enemy movement range on the campaign will allow him to catch up with enemy armies, so that could be good. But I think for a king, we need to get him at least a command star, right? He's a general, so he needs to have that one. And Arthwell in Drumalbin, he's the governor here. So I guess we could keep going up the scribe line. Actually, let's go with the next level of siege engineer, because he's, again, in a very isolated settlement. So we'll kind of keep going back and forth between these two for him, between scribe and siege engineer. And our research. All right, we could go actually straight up to Welsh mailed swordsman. Might not be a bad idea. I do want to eventually get here to get just the highest tier cavalry possible. But to do that, we're going to have to hurt the upkeep cost for all our cav. And since our per turn income is below 200 right now, I kind of don't want to do that. Let's see if there's anything civic. Not really. I mean, we could go for the extra research rate, and that would hurt the zeal of all characters. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Not going to help our economy right now, but yeah, and we have actually almost got no money, so we just need to take a break. Right, what were you going to do? All right, siege engineer. Okay. And let's see, did the game generate any more? Okay, it did generate another governor for us. So here, born governor. Do we want him in Strat Clut or Cumberland? I'm thinking, let's say Strat Clut for now. This is a... Oh, I don't even have the money to appoint a governor. Yeah, I think it costs like 500. So that's good. We're starting to get some governors given to us by the game again. I'm guessing there's a kind of a refresh rate on how quickly these men become available to lead armies and provinces. But once we lost that disloyal family member, or governor rather, of Strat Clut, that hurt our economy quite a bit. Oh my gosh, look at these 3 full stacks.
My deeds increase my renown.
Okay. Good stuff for Huaid and Arthwale. And Fenwale is an arbitrator. +1 loyalty. Okay, we've got our grand farm. This is the highest level of farms we can make here at Dundon also. Great, we don't have to build anything else here. That's also helping our economy a little bit. But we've got some skills available for Nathan. Let's see, right, he's leading this 20 stack near the border with Northumbria, so, or Northumbria. Do I want to go here? Right now we're at peace, but when we go to war, it'll be really nice to have someone with a high pillager trait. Just make battles easier. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just keep going. Kinuit's still at 2. All right, still nothing going on with Kirkin. There's their 20 stack. Yeah. I knew there was one, but I'm thinking they're going to lose this territory very soon to Sudreyar, and then we'll see what they do if they head up here and take back all this territory. But until then, I'm not going to backstab them for this. I will wait. Okay, now we could probably appoint our governor. Let's see. All right, we've got our born governor. Let's see if we can... 500, it'll use all of our money. And he's got 1 loyalty. Well, he's got 5 governance, though, because he's a liar, so that's helpful in a way. Oh, a minor diplomatic bonus towards all other factions. That'll be good to offset the penalty we're currently receiving. -5% to corruption, and nice, -10% construction cost for Great Hall buildings. Okay, so I think that'll work out. The problem now is that we have no money. So if his loyalty gets down to 0, there's nothing we can do about it except wait for the Civil War. But we are building some things. We're building a church workshop. And where else? Right, we've got this trade wharf. So that will... Those 2 things are going to help our economy. Where's Huel? Okay, yeah, right. He's at 1 and Kinuit is at 2. Okay. So these armies are potentially going to go off either south or directly east. What I don't want them to do is conquer this territory. So if it looks like they're heading over here, I may try to move down first and risk another war with the Danelaw and just see if we can grab a couple provinces from them and then get peace. They may want peace because they may be suffering under the wars that they're currently fighting. Alright, assassination plot. We can either ignore or prepare, and if we prepare, we lose some influence. And I'm worried about losing influence, because that gets us uncomfortably close to his 6. In fact, it would tie. So he's going to potentially try to assassinate, what is it, one of my sons. That's kind of okay. We'll just ignore it. Alright. That's the thing. You take on a new governor and you never know what they're going to do. Alright, Danelaw. Looks like, I think Danelaw is the attacker here. We'll see. They're in all kinds of wars. So this might be a good time for us to grab some territory, especially since we are just so hurting for cash. Okay. Yep, Sudreyar grabbed Dunnectane. Don't like these big stacks just hanging around. And all these armies clumped up here on the Island of Man are bothering me too. But we could grab this within a single move. And it is an economy building. So a glass blower, that's going to give us, 144 extra income, some lead for trading. -2 public order, but the public order here is at 13 currently, even with no governor, so That's easily absorbable. Now, down here, we could grab a couple of these too. This is going to be really good for food. And this also has some food production, but income too. So grabbing these would not hurt our public order in the area because they're not like industry buildings, which tend to have a lot of inherent public order problems, like these mines down here, for example, or -2. So we could just grab 1 or 2 of these and help our food and economy situation quite a lot.
We are Arthur's folk.
All right. Well, we literally can't do anything else. We'll just watch these wars. You know, I'm kind of hoping there's I'm hoping that Kirkin gets whittled down considerably. Okay, there they go. They just went down from a 20 stack to 4. So this could be my opportunity. Because, I mean, they could raise more troops here. But, you know, if these guys will ever, you know, complete the siege here, and they're, you know, they don't have great numbers or anything, but they're certainly keeping Kirkin busy. They've got their capital. That's it in the area. They've got this one farm province up here. But I don't think they're going to last very long, and so this might be my chance to grab Maelros. Get the money, get the food.
For the glory of the Cymry.
Let's do it. Yep. Declaring war while having treaties or shortly after breaking them. I don't think we have any treaties, though.
Won't get an easy time of it.
Well,
Fall upon them.
you know. Let's see. Oh, I could sack and I'd make a lot of money. -5 public order. I think I can absorb that. I really need the cash.
We will serve you.
Alright, and now we'll occupy.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was the right move. Because that got me up above 1,000. It's been a long time. And it damaged the buildings, but we can wait. They'll naturally get better. And eventually we could even convert this over to like a farm. Or like a cattle farm, basically. But I think this might be good because we're kind of okay for food, and we really need the money, which is what this side of the building tree provides. All right, so now we're at war with Kirkin for the first time. I feel kind of bad about it, but they were just sitting there on that territory for too long.
My warriors will not falter.
And this is also going to help us with our standing with the other sea kings. Yeah, so that's helping quite a bit, I think. Yeah, broken treaties with Kirkin. They like that. They like war with Kirkin, military actions against Kirkin. So all of that stuff is helping. And our diplomatic bonus is 25. That's larger than I thought. A minor diplomatic bonus. So that's actually giving quite a boost. Let's go back to the map because we're also suffering a major diplomatic penalty. So once that wears off, the diplomatic bonus that we're getting from our new governor here, who just tried to assassinate one of our sons, Huel, oh, that's plus 10. Well, I don't know what the 25 is coming from, but maybe we've got another trait that helps with that. In any case, we may be getting in a good position with our northern neighbors. Now, I don't want to grab Scone, so I'm hoping that they don't just turn north and you know, raise a bunch of troops and attack Dunkeld. If they do, I could bring this army over, so I think it would be okay. And maybe just as a precaution, I'll start to move him in that direction. But right, yeah, Kinuit is still at 2. Huel is still at 1. We could try for a wife now. Yes, +2 to faction allegiance, +2 loyalty. And this faction allegiance thing is good because one of his traits is this, public speaker, which adds +2 to usurper allegiance. So that's not a good thing, but it's counteracted by this loyalty trait from his wife. So that's perfect. All right, and can you have a wife? I think he does. Yeah. So not much we can do to help him out, but he'll just have to deal with it.
My warriors will not
You know, I think he'll get more loyal if he does stuff like conquers into Northumbria. So maybe that's what we'll do later. But one thing we may consider is...
What dark business brings you?
Okay,
my
peace
lord?
treaty is excessive. Yeah, we could make them our vassal. And so this is one of those tough decisions, because I always like to have vassals. It's really cool. But the problem is we're going to be immediately pissing off the Sea Kings, because they like it right now that we're at war with Kirkin. They're not going to like it if we are basically buddies with them. And so, I mean, we could even... What could we get out of them? They don't have a lot of money. But we could get over 2,000 from them, so this is really kind of tempting. But you know what? I don't think I can afford to do it. Just because I don't want to be pulled into a war into the north with these guys. So, we'll wait. All right. Time to, as soon as we get to the next turn here, we'll move him out of Maelross and move him down towards Bebbanburg, because this is now the frontier with Northumbria, whom I expect we will be at war with shortly, if Divlin ever makes any progress against them. All right, Kirkin's moving off into the north. Yeah, they may be on their last legs here. You know, you never know. They may grab a minor settlement and set up an army again, but I'm thinking that was pretty good timing on our part to take Maelross when we did. All right, we've got our educated nobles, which is making them less zealous, but we're smarter. We've got some research benefits. So yeah, now instead of 4 turns, we're looking at 3. So that's good. And we get a few other traits that could go down even further. All right, so what are we going to spend it on? Given that we don't want to put a dent in the upkeep costs, I guess we could go right for Welsh mailed swordsmen, but siege warfare seems kind of pointless. You know, what we're going to have to do is go into the leadership, because this has 2 separate fame bonuses. And since that's the victory condition we're going for, a total of 55 extra fame is going to get us pretty close to where we need to be without having to conquer a lot of territory. So in order to get this, we're going to have to upgrade within the Moot Hill Law or Thing chains. And I don't know that we have any settlements with those. Let's see, Loden doesn't... Yeah, this is just a great hall. Yeah. So if we go to Strat Clut and we expand into this, we could get the Judge's Hall, and we could get it up to, you know, the Royal Law Court. So we build one of these. We could start researching down that leadership tree. The problem is these buildings, I'm never tempted to build them. They give you some public order, faction allegiance, decreased corruption, but I don't know that it's worth it because they cost you food and they cost you gold. So in a province where you're feeling pretty good about public order, like here where it's 17, I mean, I know that can fluctuate, but do we really need to do it?
My men are the best. We serve.
So for now, let's go for the spearmen. We've got a lot of Welsh levy spearmen here. We could upgrade them to the next tier of spears, and that would probably be good. And we'll move our other army down. Let's move him down to Rochester, I guess. And still, Divlin is doing nothing over here. It's Vasia who's doing all the invasion. What I'm kind of waiting for is for someone to get up here. Let's go to, not allegiance, but faction ownership. Right here. So Northumbria still owns a good amount of territory. They're at war with Mercia, but I'm not sure who's winning exactly. So I'm waiting for one of these Viking factions to start eating away at the western seaboard, and then I can move down and hopefully grab a couple provinces from them. I'd like to get down as far as Durham, because that's where St. Cuthbert's shrine is located, and that will help with fame as well. But I think for now we'll call this an episode, folks. We didn't see any battles here, but we did expand into capturing Melrose, which means we have completed the province of Béarnice. We own all of the settlements here, and this gives us some more options. We will have to work on increasing our wealth, and that may mean that pretty soon we're going to go to war again with some of our southern neighbors. So stay tuned for that, and I'll check you out in the next episode. Until then, everybody, take care.